Hello Pisces and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. There's no real timestamp for this reading. My intention is for my readings to be heard by whoever they need to be heard by, whenever they need to be heard by you. So if you felt pulled to this reading for whatever reason, this very well could be your message. As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have the deck shuffled that we'll be diving into, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. The last thing I'm going to mention is for those of you who are returning viewers to my channel or who have ever purchased extended readings from me in the past, I have a bit of an announcement that I'm making about my channel that I'm going to do at the end of this reading in between, just before we hop on over to the extended. So keep an eye out for that. All right, Pisces. Your recent past, you have home with the Six of Swords in reverse. You have been feeling very, very stuck recently. And I feel like ultimately, like your soul is craving some sort of a home, whether that be in a person, a place, a specific actual physical home. Your soul is craving security, I feel like, or stability or something to that extent. And recently you felt stuck in the opposite. You felt stuck in kind of experiencing not so awesome energy surrounding you, or just kind of feeling stuck, unable to move forward in general. I feel like it is time for you to make a change, because I feel like a lot of this has to do with allowing the changes that you're wanting to take place and kind of taking the risks that are associated with that. Because in your current energy, you have time with the Hangman. So, I will say, yes, action is absolutely needed, but then you also have this like surrender to the divine timing of this, because you're ultimately, I feel like you're headed in the right direction, but I also feel like you're wanting it to happen now. And anytime we want something to happen right now, that's kind of this chase. We chase it. We chase this desire. We chase the outcome, and that actually pushes it further away from us. Now, in your immediate future, you have Talisman with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is kind of what I was talking about as you needing to take action towards what you're wanting, because to me, what this is saying is like you have the key. You have the key to create the home, the environment, the life that you're ultimately wanting. But the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, there's a little bit of needing to redirect your focus from what I've always explained as the gap, right? You're here, you want to be here. And if your focus is on where you haven't, where you aren't yet, or what you haven't yet created, then you will continue to experience that and attract that, because what you focus on expands, right? Now, your overall energy for this reading is awareness and connection. Now, honestly, I feel like I'm going to need to pull from tarot before I really fully understand how this is connecting. But ultimately, what I'm seeing is that this is about shifting your awareness from a place of feeling disconnected with your life to getting back into connection with yourself and your path. Because I feel like you've kind of fallen off of not you've fallen off your path necessarily, that's not what I'm saying, but you've fallen out of connection with the universe, connection with yourself. You could be finding yourself distracting yourself more than usual, and it's almost like that's keeping you from being able to learn or understand what you need to, or listen to divine guidance, or whatever the case is. But I feel like that's going to make a little bit more sense in connection with this reading as we pull cards. So let's start with Pisces' recent past, clarifying home with the Six of Swords in reverse. This is recent past for Pisces, clarifying home with the Six of Swords in reverse. This just kind of feels like feeling trapped somewhere that you don't really want to be. Recent past for Pisces, clarifying the Six of Swords in reverse. What energy is Pisces dealing with? Ooh, ooh, ooh. The Ace of Swords in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. With the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. I want a little bit, no, I don't need more. I understand. Okay, so it's interesting because I'm going to break a hard truth to you here, Pisces. Take it with a grain of salt, and I hope that you finish out this reading with me, because I really feel like some good things could come through. You are allowing yourself to stay stuck because you are not giving your time and energy to what you are deserving of. And we do that as human beings. We actually often run from what we want and stick to what is familiar because it's familiar, it's predictable. And ultimately with the Nine of Pentacles, what you're ultimately wanting, the wish fulfillment you're looking for, you don't think that it's ultimately possible. So to you, you're like, well, if what I want isn't possible, I might as well just stay where I am. And then you're creating this resentment for your circumstances by staying in the same place. Like, to me, I feel like it's like a hamster spinning on a wheel, right? Again, we all do it. So don't think that this is something that you are doing wrong and we make the changes that we need to make when we need to make them, right? But it feels like you've allowed yourself to fall out of connection with like your desires almost. Like it's like you feel like what you want is like always kind of a daydream away, I guess is a good way to say that. And since it's always a daydream away and you focus on that so much, you give so much energy to that. It's funny that I'm mentioning daydream in kind of a Pisces reading, right? A little bit more daydreamy energy. But the more that you focus on what you want without taking actual steps toward that, the more that you're just focusing on the fact that you're not there yet, right? And then you're attracting more of not being there yet. So this is a lot about shifting your awareness from allowing yourself to stay stuck to deciding to make changes. Now, sometimes we aren't ready to make changes, and that is absolutely okay. But I want to take a little bit more. I want to see more into your reset past here. Let's see if there's anything blocking you from making the changes you're wanting to make. That is possibly too many. Is that 4? I can work with it. So you have the Death in reverse, the Hangman, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, this is almost exactly what I was saying. So same Hangman is right there. Queen of Cups is you. You're keeping yourself busy. You're filling your days up with busy work and distraction and doing a lot of other things that aren't aligning with where you're trying to go. And it's kind of, again, it feels like hamster on a wheel kind of energy. But here's the thing. There are changes that need to be made. There are changes that you need to make and you want to make ultimately. But you're going to need to surrender to those changes, because I feel like you kind of have had a tendency to keep yourself stuck because it's comfortable. It's familiar. No, it might not make you happy, and no, it might not be what you want, but it's ultimately familiar, right? And so I feel this energy of like staying complacent because it's safe, but then building resentment for your circumstances because they're not making you happy. Again, that's very understandable, very common, but I also feel like this is learning to break out of that a little bit more. Reset past for Pisces. Reset past for Pisces. There's the Tower with the Six of Cups in reverse. So you've experienced things crumbling in your past. You, at one point, may have felt like you had the home environment that you were looking for, the home, the family, the relationship, whatever it is. At one point, you felt like you had everything you wanted, and it fell apart. And that is a lot of the reason why you're staying stuck where you're at now, is because you don't want to experience that again. You don't want to experience investing in something again and watching it fall apart, because you've experienced that before, and possibly multiple times over, right? So you're allowing yourself to stay stuck because where you're at right now, and I'm going to keep saying it, it's predictable. It's predictable. It's predictable. It's predictable. You know how things are going to go. You feel a sense of safety. You feel a sense of, but you're not happy, right? And that ultimately is what is keeping you stuck, because you're not going after what you ultimately want, because the last time you had what you felt you wanted, things didn't work out. And so I get it. I do. I really, really get it. But that's why it feels like you've lost a lot of connection with your desires, with what you're trying to build, what you're trying to create, is because it's scary to take a step forward in a direction of trying to rebuild after things crumbled. And especially if you found a sense of kind of stability after like a tower moment, or, you know, multiple tower moments or whatever, it could be really hard to try to move forward into better, right? So in your recent past, I feel like you were dealing with just kind of ultimately feeling stuck. And obviously, we just kind of explained the reasons why, but let's transition here to your current energy. This is clarifying time with the hangman or just hangman. Clarifying time with the hangman in Pisces current energy. Wow. What in the world is going on? Clarifying time with the hangman in Pisces current energy. These cards are... Okay. Current energy for Pisces. Clarifying time with the hangman. Pisces, you've been kind of disconnected from yourself. Going through the motions type of energy, not really being present. And a lot of that is because, I mean, that's a trauma. It's a trauma response, right? You know, when we've experienced a lot of trauma, we kind of tend to withdraw. But it feels as if this has kept you very stuck. So right now, the reason that things haven't changed and the reason that things haven't progressed is because this is about you getting back in tune with you. Because then that will give you a little bit more of an idea of, what do I want? What do I need to do to get there? And, you know, what's blocking me from that? Because right now it's kind of like waiting on the world to change. You want things to change, but you're having a hard time getting connected with exactly what changes you're wanting to take place. Now, we all do this. So please don't think, again, you know, when I say things, don't think that I'm saying just you, Pisces, you're the only person in this world, you know, and only the Pisces signs are the ones who are doing this. No, absolutely not. We all go through this. But getting back in connection with yourself will allow you to get back in connection with what you desire. Because again, what we focus on is what we attract. And right now, you've been pretty focused on, honestly, staying disconnected, staying busy, staying distracted, because there's this, I feel like you're running from something, right? And who knows what that is? We're all running from things until we're not. And, you know, you will figure that out when the time comes. But the reason that things are taking so long is because of this disconnection from self. And the best way to get in touch with yourself again is, you know, journaling, meditation, spending time alone in silence and in contemplation, you know, not feeling like you need to fill your time up with busy work, or, you know, whatever the case is. Because I feel like let's get more. I want to get more because there's obviously a reason you're doing this. So let's get more for Pisces current energy. Pisces current energy, please. There it is. The Seven of Cups with the Magician in reverse. So this is exactly why you're doing it, because you don't know what you want. But on the flip side, you do know what you want, but you don't think that what you're ultimately wanting is possible. You're doubting in the ability for you to create the life you want. So there's a part of you that's like, sure, like this would be nice, but I don't really know what I want because that's pretty far off. Like that doesn't seem possible. You know, that's too good to be true. And that mindset within itself is keeping you from being able to create it. Again, it's funny how us humans work, because oftentimes we actually are the thing in the way of what we're trying to create because of the way that we believe, you know, what we believe about our reality. So it's interesting because you're like, I don't really know what I want. I don't know where I want to go. I don't want this. I don't want that. But you do know what you want. You know exactly what you want, but you don't feel like it's possible. And maybe you don't really know what you want. You know, I feel like you do. I feel like you do, but maybe you don't. And maybe getting back in tune with yourself will help you figure out what it is that you're wanting. Because I know you want to change, and you know you want to change. You know you want things to change. You don't like the way that things are. So you want things to be different, but you don't really know in what capacity maybe. And ultimately maybe it's, I know what I want, but I have no idea how to take the next step. And that's ultimately where there's this need to create a little bit more space in your mind and in your schedule and in your home environment so that you have time to sit with yourself and process a lot of these things. Because the answers will always come, right? Every answer that you're looking for, it lies within you. But you can't find those answers if you're spending a lot of your time distracting yourself from being alone with your own mind. And again, we all do it. Current energy for Pisces. Current energy for Pisces, please. So this Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Again, this is talking about like slowly and steadily, like just things moving really slow. Because it just feels like things just aren't coming together. You haven't found this home. You haven't found a place for your soul to rest. And that probably brings you a lot of anxiety. You know, it probably brings you a lot of course I have to stay distracted because I don't really like where things are at in my life right now. So of course you feel that way. But here's the thing. You're also in a way with the Well in reverse. This specific deck has 2 additional major arcanas, and this is one of them. This Well in reverse is saying you're not allowing the changes that need to happen to come to you. And you know, there might be the way that you can tell that you're not allowing changes is how many excuses do you give for why things can't be better? What is your first limiting belief? Now, excuses are there for a reason. They align with our limiting beliefs about what we believe is possible with us in our life. But you can always tell that you're not allowing things to happen when you can say, you know, when you're like, I really want this, but. And that was one thing my therapist like really helped me realize was to take away the but. I really want this. Okay, great. Here's what I need to do to get it. Okay, great. No, but XYZ. Because the more that you focus on all of the reasons and all of the ways that what you want isn't possible, the more that those will appear in your life. And you will see things through the lens of, this isn't really possible. And then your actions will align with that, right? Call it the law of attraction, call it psychology, you know, the cognitive behavioral therapy concept. You know, your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. The more that you think this isn't possible, the more it literally becomes your belief, this isn't possible, the more your actions will align with this isn't possible, and then that's your reality, right? Switch the way that you think about how you perceive what is possible for you so that you can create what you're ultimately wanting to create. Immediate future for Pisces, clarifying the talisman with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Immediate future for Pisces, because you have what it takes. You have the key. This is what this is saying. You have the key to create what you want. Immediate future for Pisces. Whoa, that card just shot out. We accept what we think we deserve. You have the Chariot in reverse, you have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and you have the 7 of Wands in reverse. You're not standing up for what you deserve. Pisces, you haven't been for a really long time, so of course you haven't received what you deserve. Because, you know, again, when we tell the universe, this is all I deserve, then the universe is like, cool, sounds good, and continues to provide you with what you're accepting. And then we go, well, actually, I want things to change, and the universe is like, but you're telling me through your words and your actions and your thoughts and your beliefs that this is all you want. So where are the changes going to come, you know? So your immediate future is about realizing and diving into where your beliefs about your reality have affected you staying stuck in your current reality and not being able to create better for yourself. You know, that's kind of your homework, if you will. Because I feel like you've gotten so used to not receiving what it is that you deserve and want that you're like, well, this is kind of just how life is. I always just kind of settle. You know, this is just how, you know, I wake up, I do work, I take care of my responsibilities, I watch TV, I go to bed. That's just kind of how things are. There's not really a lot of joy. There's not really a lot of excitement. Sure, sometimes I travel, I have moments of happiness, but it's just kind of going through the motions. That's just the way life is, right? That right there is your reality because that's your perception on it. So figure out where you perceive, where the error in how you perceive your reality is keeping you from being able to experience the reality that you're craving. So your immediate future is about getting in tune with yourself, getting in tune with your desires, and getting in tune with how your beliefs don't match those. If you're not living the life of your dreams, it's because a part of you does not believe it's possible. Immediate future for Pisces. The Ace of Wands. There's action needed, Pisces. There's action needed. It is time to make change, and that change is going to start within, because you, first and foremost, Pisces, you deserve it. You deserve to make these positive changes that you're wanting. Now, you don't need to know what that is right now. You just have to set the intention that you're open to making changes, and the answers will come. You don't have to be certain about anything right now, because I know that you're not, and that's okay. You just have to know that you're open to making changes that are going to align you with what your soul is craving. And your soul is craving this home. It's craving this place for it to rest, a place for it to feel like it belongs, like you're pursuing your passions and receiving financial abundance for that. Like you're in a relationship with the perfect person for you. Like the people around you support you, and you have a community of people that do nothing but lift you up. What is your soul craving, and where are your beliefs blocking you from receiving that? That's your immediate future. Immediate future for Pisces. Figure out what you're passionate about. Your passions align you with where it is, with your destiny, ultimately. We are passionate about things for a reason. Immediate future for Pisces. Immediate future for Pisces. Immediate future for Pisces, please. The Fool in reverse. No, it is a Fool in reverse. Okay. There is a new beginning available to you. A new beginning that is in alignment with what it is that you're wanting. But what your job is to release this idea that the universe is not supporting you on your path to what you want. That your prayers, that your manifestations, that your desires are not going to be fulfilled. Have a little bit more faith. Have faith in what you want and watch it come to reality. Because I feel like this is you, again, we accept what we think we deserve. We accept bare minimum, and we accept, things not really working out for us, and we accept, unhappiness. We accept it all because we're so used to experiencing it that we think that that's all life is, right? And that's the whole concept of this healing journey is we can either allow our life to become a product, to be a product of what we've experienced and allow ourselves to just kind of stay in the experiences that we're used to, or we can actively change our beliefs to align with what we want, to align with where we're trying to go. And sometimes it might feel like you're lying to yourself, right? Like you start with those thoughts of whatever I want is possible. At first it's going to feel like that's not real. Like, of course that's not real. That's silly, right? But then the more that you start to think those things, the more those will become beliefs, and it won't feel as silly because now it's a belief. It's not just a thought, it's a belief. And then once you start to believe those things, you will watch your actions without even consciously realizing it, because 95% of our reaction to our reality, our response to reality, is subconscious. So without even really realizing it, if you focus on changing those subconscious beliefs, your actions will start to align with those beliefs without you even trying. So focus on the belief system, and the actions and results will follow. That is, I mean, if there's anything I can guarantee, because I can't guarantee anything that's going to happen, right? I can't say, oh, this is going to happen for you. I guarantee that. But I can guarantee if you change your thoughts and you focus on shifting your belief system, your reality will change. I promise you. All right. I am going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to clarify these messages, and then I have, some advice to pull for you guys. The announcement that I was going to make is that I started a Patreon account. You know, each and every single one of my extended readings is $5, and some of you guys are buying $5, $6, $7, $8 or eight readings a month, and I don't want you spending that much on general readings. You know, if you want to put that money towards a personal reading, that's great, but I'd rather you save that money for something a little bit more personalized rather than general reading. So I am now offering a subscription to every single extended reading on my channel. So from this week forward, so not from past weeks, but from this week moving forward, every single reading, extended reading will be available if you subscribe to my Patreon, and it is $10 a month. So that is in the description box below if you're interested. A couple of things about it. First and foremost, I am often, because these readings are on a schedule, so I release 2 readings a day, Tuesday through Sunday, but I don't usually record them that day. Like, I'm not recording Tuesday through Sunday. So the readings get released throughout the week, and the extended readings I upload immediately. So you might see extended readings on there that don't actually have a general reading associated yet. So I recommend not necessarily watching my Patreon account, but just continuing to watch YouTube like you do. And then in the description box, I'll have 2 different links. It'll be for non-Patreon subscribers and for Patreon subscribers for you to be able to watch the extended. Other thing that I want to mention about it that is really annoying and I wish I could change, but I cannot. I even looked into support and it's not possible for me, is that it's your default for you to receive an email every single time I upload a video. And I mean, I'm uploading 2 to 3 a day. So that can get really annoying really quick. So my recommendation is that the first time that you receive one of those emails, it's super easy. Scroll to the bottom, unsubscribe. I mean, you don't have to, but just a warning, just letting you guys know that's not me. I wish I could turn that off, but I can't. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much as always. I know that I say this every single week, but I really truly mean it. It does mean the absolute world to me that you guys support me as much as you do. So thank you. I hope that this reading helped and resonated in a way that you were looking for today, the way that you were needing. And I wish you absolutely nothing but, as always, love and healing on your journey. All right, bye, Pisces.